I know many of you have looked on the west wall of the boat club and have seen the Freddie Trenner Community Service Award, and maybe even looked at a couple of the winners, maybe even know a couple of these winners. But what is the story behind this? Well, we've got the answer and we've got the story.
Well, let me tell you about Freddie Trenner. When I met him in 1997, that was our first. We had just bought a 25-foot boat from John Greigel, as a matter of fact, another life member of the boat club. And we were on the west wall. Well, one of the very first people to walk up and ask if he could help me in any way was this little short guy with a gray beard and a well-trimmed little gray beard and his little black Greek fisherman hat. And he asked, he said, you know, what can I do to help you with this new boat? You're new around here, aren't you? Of course, I said, yeah, we are. And he was always there to help us. And so that was in 1997. And at that point in time, Freddie was, he must have been about 79 years old at that point in time. And he's a legend in the marina, and I'll tell you a little bit more as to why as we get into this a little deeper. One thing that he always did was we were down there at the west wall with several other members of the boat club, and we would go down on Saturday afternoons under the pretense of telling our wives that we were going to go down and work on the boat for Saturday afternoon. And he was one of the members that genuinely convinced all of us that we should be sitting on the porch of the boat club having a cold beer as opposed to spending so much time working. He was also really good about fussing at you about when you should varnish and when you shouldn't varnish. If it was over 75 degrees, he said put the varnish brush away. If it was under 50 degrees, he said put the varnish brush away. And he was pretty critical about it if he caught you and it was 76 degrees. He had a charter business that he actually sailed, his 40-foot Gulf Star that he had actually on B dock for many years, and he actually lived in it for a while. So we all knew Freddie. He was always around the dock. If he wasn't up his own mast, he was up the mast of a friend's boat. He was always walking the docks asking how he could help. When it came time to talk about negotiating rates at the marina and those kind of things, he was the first person to report back what the city was thinking and what was going to happen and how we needed to handle it if rates were going to go up or anything like that. He was just a real community guy and took great pride in being able to talk to many people and be their friends. He was always their friend. Probably one of the funniest stories about Freddie, and I'm sure that he's laughing about it to this day wherever he may be, but we had a big party for him and to celebrate his celebration of life, and we were all set to have a big open bar at the boat club, and we were all set to take his ashes out and put them in St. Joseph Sound, which he had asked to do. And I'm sure that somebody had written permission for that, right? But even funnier is that the cocktail hour lasted longer than we thought it was going to, not by mistake, but I think everybody decided they'd have one more before they took Freddie's ashes out. When we got ready to back the boat out of the slip with Freddie's ashes on it, unfortunately, it was a 5-foot draft on the boat and we were aground. So we talked about it, had another cocktail, discussed the whole matter, and Freddie to this day is in the Dunedin Marina. So that's where Freddie lies, that's where he stays, and as a community worker and a friend to everybody in the community, and a particular friend to those in the boat club, and he was even a life member when I first met him in '97. That's why we came up with this award, that somebody that contributes to the community, keeps the boat club in the forefront in the community, and does good things to help people is the bottom line for that particular award. The award is called the Freddie Trenner Award.